Hey guys, I'm going to show you how I created this natural glowing skin and bronze eyes makeup look on my model Becca. I'm starting out by using a toner, and this one is the Glow Tonic from Pixi, which has 5% glycolic acid and is going to help to smooth out the surface of her skin and get it ready for makeup. Next, I'm going in with moisturizer, and I'm really working it and massaging that into her skin. To prep her lips, I'm applying Vaseline, which is going to hydrate them while I work on the rest of her face. Next, for foundation, I'm just mixing the colors to match her skin tone. The one that I'm using is the Kett Fixx Creme Foundation. This is a wax-based foundation that is medium to full coverage, but can also be sheared down to pretty much nothing. So it can look really natural, but it can also cover acne or scarring really easily, so you don't need a separate concealer, which is one of the many reasons why I love this product. It's also great on any skin type, I find, so whether you're oilier or drier, this is going to work really well for you. Now, if you have any larger pores, what I recommend doing is taking a smaller synthetic brush and just using small circular motions, buff that product into the skin. Now that her skin's looking pretty flawless, I want to go in and add some warmth and dimension back to her face. So I'm applying the same Kett Fixx Creme formula that I used for her foundation, but I'm taking a few shades darker, and I'm focusing this on the high points of her face, taking more of a reverse contouring approach, so around the temples of her forehead and the high points of her cheeks. And I'm also going to take this just underneath her jawline and blend it down onto her neck. Having a well moisturized skin beforehand is going to make this a lot easier to blend. Now, to cancel out any darkness underneath her eyes, I'm using the Kett Fixx Creme Corrector. This is a slightly peachy color, and I use a concealer brush to apply it, then my fingers to really melt it into the skin. So now the darkness isn't peeking through at all. I'm going to use a concealer that matches her skin tone, so it has more of a yellow undertone, but this is just a shade lighter. I'm using my fingers to blend that in. Then I'm going to take a sponge and really press that into the skin. The sponge also helps to absorb any excess product, which helps to prevent it from looking cakey in this area. For blush, you can use your fingers or a sponge or a brush to apply a cream blush. The one I'm using is Kett Fixx Creme again, and this is also a waterproof formula just like the foundation. To make sure I really set that foundation, I use a powder puff and a loose translucent powder. Since the foundation doesn't self-set, this is a really important step to make sure your makeup's going to last all day long. Then I apply excess translucent powder underneath her eyes to prevent creasing and also to catch any potential eyeshadow fallout. I'm priming her eyelids using her foundation, then setting that with powder. This will make the eyeshadow apply much smoother. For eyeshadow, I'm beginning with the burnt orange color from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I'm applying that in the outer corner and also through the crease. This is to help me establish the overall shape that I'm going for, and it's also going to serve as a guide for the other colors to blend into. I take the same color and I apply it underneath the lower lash line, blending it back and forth, and then I'm going to connect it to the color on the outer edge there. Next, I'm taking the Antique Bronze color from the same palette. I apply that on the lid and then connect it to that guide color that we put down. Then I take a separate clean fluffy brush and I'm going to blend it all together. That same Antique Bronze is going just underneath the lower lash line. Since we want this look to be kind of smoky, that's going to be an important step. Then I take a separate Q-tip and blend it and buff it into the skin. Next, I'm taking a darker brown shimmery color. This one's from Yaby Cosmetics, and all the names and colors will be in the description box below. This is going to add some dimension to her eye look while keeping it shimmery. And once again, I take a separate brush and blend the edges together. Now, in order to make this eyeshadow look be a lot more long-lasting, I like to layer colors. So I'm taking that same Antique Bronze color, but this time I wet the brush slightly, which will help to intensify the color and the shine. Now to add some light to her eyes, I'm taking the color Cosmopolitan from Geek, which is a light rose gold color. It's really, really pretty, but it's not too light, so it's not going to be too dramatic for this look. And I apply that just in the inner corner and connect it to the eyeshadow on the lid. Then I sweep away the excess powder. Now I really want to make the lashes look as thick and as black as possible without making this about eyeliner. So I'm applying a thin line of black gel eyeliner as close to the lash line as possible using a small angled brush. I'm taking the same gel liner and I'm applying it on her waterline. This is a waterproof eyeliner, so it's going to last a lot longer there than a kohl pencil. Now I'm taking a small flat eyeliner brush and a dark brown eyeshadow, and I'm feathering out that eyeliner that we put on top. I also apply it just underneath the eyeliner on the lower lash line, which is going to help prevent any running throughout the day. Now I'm brushing out her eyebrows, and I'm going to start off by drawing on these small little hair light strokes. The color I'm using is medium brown from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just filling in any areas that need a little bit of help. Next, I'm brushing them upwards and outwards using a tinted brow gel. This one is from Soap & Glory. This is going to help set them in place all day long. Next step is to apply a generous coat of mascara, and I'm applying this to the top and bottom lashes. Since this is more of a natural look, but still kind of glam, I want to make sure to add lashes, but I don't want to see any lash bands, so I'm applying individual lashes all across the lash line. It takes a bit longer, but the effect is really worth it. For lips, I'm using a nude liner, just outlining her lips there, and I'm going to fill them in with a liquid lipstick from the Balm Cosmetics. I'm applying one coat, then letting it dry, and then I go in with the second coat. This lipstick's going to dry matte, as you can see. Next, I'm contouring her nose lightly using the Inglot Sculpting powder. I also take this just underneath her cheekbone here and along her jawline. This is a great color for contouring since it's on the cooler side, so not too orange or bronzy. Next, what I'm doing is applying a small amount of the Hraftobian dual press powder, and I'm using it to blend everything together. This really makes the look flawless and seamless and last all day. Then what I'm doing is just adding some glow back into her face, putting some highlighter on her cheekbones, and some shimmery lip gloss to her lips. Then off camera, I sprayed some rose water on her face, which just helps give an overall luminosity without looking too shiny. And that's the finished look. I think this is a great makeup look for pretty much any occasion, and it just looks really classy and timeless. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was my first video. I'm going to be coming out with a new one soon. Ciao for now.